All right, good morning, Madison. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. I think we're in for another pretty comfortable day. Now, yesterday may be a little cool for some. It's going to get warmer this afternoon than it did yesterday. It's starting a little bit more mild out there. We got some areas closer to 50, and I think highs today have a pretty good shot to get into the mid-70s. Tonight, we'll probably see more numbers start way up in the 50s, and by Sunday and Monday, got chances for the morning temperatures to stay near 60. So a little cool down for a day or two is pretty much done after this morning. And now we talk about the next warm up. There's a boundary off to our north. It's the leading edge of much, much cooler air. But I think the way everything is set up in the upper part of the atmosphere, the coolest air stays to the north. The boundary itself is going to have a tough time getting this far south, and it's not going to have a lot to work with. So I don't think it's going to be anything like the last boundary that came through with the showers and the storms, and I really don't think we're going to be finding very much change in this forecast except gradually warming conditions and getting a little bit more humid out there too. It's 45 in Thomasville, it's 47 in Valdosta, we're at 50 in Tallahassee, so we're starting off the day fairly comfortable, fairly seasonable, mid-40s, upper 40s. That's normal for early December. How about a 43 in Bainbridge or a 41 in Blakely? The cooler spots, we saw the 50 in Tallahassee matching that 50 at Apalachicola. The warmest spots, so many areas in that 43 to 47 range this morning. Now the breeze is going to turn a little more east, a little bit more east and southeast, and it'll be noticeable but not as breezy as it was yesterday. We're probably talking generally less than 12 or 13 miles per hour with the wind today. I don't see any fog out there. I don't expect any fog out there. Maybe we find some patches of fog tomorrow and Sunday as we bring in a little bit more of that moisture. You see out to the west all those other colors, that's all the winter air, and that's where it's going to stay, to the west and to the north. We're not going to expect any of that down here. Instead, as higher pressure leaves and the door opens a crack for this next energy to move east, I think the core of the cold stays way to the north. I think this boundary doesn't have a whole lot to work with, so outside of cooking up a few clouds for us, our forecast over the next couple of days is actually going to call for warming conditions and a little bit more clouds, but certainly not going to be wall-to-wall overcast or anything. And maybe we are lucky enough late Saturday, early Sunday to wring a few isolated sprinkles out of the clouds, but that's probably the most that we can hope for. On the Gulf for today, small crafts, use some caution, breezy at times. Those winds out of the northeast and east like 10 to 20, seas 2 to 4 feet. We'll call it choppy in the protected waters. This morning, it's mostly 40s. We'll go with mostly clear, maybe a few areas partly cloudy. Sun comes up officially at 7:17. This afternoon, mid-70s, mostly sunny. Should be a lovely afternoon, especially for the first Friday of December. And then tonight, it's still going to be on the cool side, but not as cool as the past couple of nights, not as cool as what's normal for this time of year. I think more areas are going to stay in the 50s. Look at those daytime highs, getting closer and closer to 80. The morning lows closer and closer to 60. That might feel more like a spring forecast than one in early December. But I'm telling you, that is the good stuff.